Oh, it's Thursday. Get settled in while we get check out a damn dirty thing that Dr. Blaylock. Welcome, Shadowhawk. Elsie will be joining us here in a moment. He had to step away to do something for me. You know what? I think I'm going to get just play it a little festive and put a way on, Why not?
All right.
I haven't worn my tie-dye shirt in a while, so
There
we'll just all
you
go,
go.
we'll like go loose like good stuff does.
There you go. Nothing wrong with
I'll give him a Rex erection. Anyway,
that.
what's going on, buddy? Hey?
Oh, just got home from work. The usual.
Wow, Dojo is early. Dojo, you're early. But that's okay. How
Are we
you doing, my
live?
friend?
Hell,
We
Dojo.
are live.
We are live. I have to go in and clock in at 6, and we usually go a couple hours. So yeah, I had to go a little early today.
Okay.
Oh,
But
wow. Right.
yeah, maybe that works out better for you. How you been?
Oh, I've been all right. Yeah. Lots of things going on at home and at work, but the comics
Yeah.
are still going to happen.
Well, good,
Oh,
good,
and
good.
Dojo, I got Projectile Reptile about 2 weeks ago. Looks great. I've looked through it. I haven't read it all yet, so I just
It
haven't had the
took you
time.
until 2 weeks ago to get it?
I think it was about 2 weeks ago or so. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad you
Well, I
got it.
ordered. I got the hardcover Shelby edition, so I don't know if those
Okay.
went out later.
They did. But
Yeah, sometimes
yeah,
he backs quite heavily, and he's always like you would think the one that spends the most that gets the most stuff would be first in most campaigns, but usually they're last.
Yeah,
well, it
seems like.
depends. Yeah, because a lot of the extras that come with backing the
Yeah,
biggest tiers are the things that come in later. Um,
Hmm.
absolutely.
but
Yeah.
but yeah, so you will find on my future campaigns that everything that I include will be flat. There
Hmm.
will be uh, nothing that won't fit in a Gemini mailer because
You have
the
to consider
boxes.
shipping.
Oh
If you
yeah.
Yes,
got things like buttons or things that compress into the books, or yeah, I've mailed on eBay for like 20 years, Dojo, and you learn a lot from that. Oh, Dojo, you haven't met my friend of over about 40 years, Elsie. We met in
Hey,
college.
Elsie. Nice to
Hey,
meet
He's
you.
a collector. In fact, over his right shoulder there is uh, oil painting by Jack Kirby,
Really? Okay.
and
Very nice.
it's not of any superhero. It's a desert scene. So who knew he? I imagine he probably painted that when he first went out to California from New York, and moved out
yeah,
there.
In the 70s.
But a very odd Jack Kirby indeed. Uh,
And that's a rarity, that's for sure. Yeah.
yeah, very cool.
Elsie's just take care of a little bit of business here. Elsie
I'm just
sent
trying to
me
get the
a
ear.
book I got in the mail today. Some of Ethan's old stuff,
Oh, very cool.
Ethan Van Skyvers. So got that in the mail today, and also got in Marvel Comics Volume 2, Golden Age. It reprints Marvel Mystery Comics 5 through 8.
Cool.
So we doing show and tell as far as what we got in the mail today?
Well,
Sure, why
I
not?
mean, yeah,
Bring me up.
now, that's all I got.
Make me big.
What you did you get a bill
I
in the
got
mail or
something.
something?
I
You
got
did?
something awesome
Okay.
in the mail.
Okay.
Really?
Well, let me go back to here, or otherwise I'll wind up kicking you. We don't want that. There we
Okay,
go.
so I gotta start my camera. That's not gonna work, is it?
Hey,
There we
Mike.
go. So
Oh,
I
there's
got
that
There you
handsome
go.
man.
the
Ooh.
Iron Age icons
Ah, cool.
trading
I'm waiting,
cards
waiting on mine.
and the additional trading cards of his characters and
Man, those trading
the
cards
art
are
book.
awesome.
The
Yeah.
art book that
Oh,
came with it. And
nice.
let me open it up so you can see the kind of. I mean, there's
Ooh.
Chiron Morvel,
Oh,
which
wow.
is from Blood Realm.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this
Man,
pretty
this
amazing.
art is killer.
Yeah, every single one of these
Yeah, it
pages
is.
is an awesome painting. So yeah,
Wow.
this I've already gone through every single one of these pages, and I'm
Very
considering
nice.
because these pages are all of these cards in the book form. I
Uh-huh.
may not need to unopen this. I may not need to open this pack.
Oh,
So
cool.
I'm
No.
considering leaving them sealed and just enjoying the book.
There you
But
go.
the couple that you had looked like they were full enhanced.
These, let me see. Oh, I don't know if that's just the fact that
They
they're in
looked
these
really
sleeves or
nice.
if they are no, you are correct, sir. They are foil.
Sweet.
Well, and a lot of people have been doing metal cards, which is blowing my mind. Why you would want to print on metal? I've never even heard of a metal card till I saw
Oh
Jason
yeah,
Bascom do one.
that was I did a metal card for Projectile Reptile and for Siamese.
You did. What
Yep.
is the attraction to metal cards? You think? I'd never heard of a metal card before.
Well, durability, longevity.
Yeah,
You're not going
yeah.
to get dog-eared corners on a metal card.
Well, true. Yeah. I mean this first one here from Absolute Two that Shelby Robertson and Jason Bascom did, and they signed it on the
Uh-huh.
back. I mean, you can
Nice.
cut yourself on these. They're so because it is
Well,
metal.
keep it in that plastic thing and you'll be safe.
Right. And they're his next one he did had rounded corners, but this thing can actually slice somebody, can be a throwing star, or something like
Awesome.
especially
Mercy.
yeah.
If somebody comes in and
Okay.
interrupts your stream.
Oh, what? And I did a little drawing today. Everybody that backs my book gets a free 4x6 head sketch of one of the characters. There's the new Geo that I did
Nice.
today while watching Katie's Corners, which she does crafts and stuff. And then I did another Zeitgeist, who's a villain. He's rather simple to draw. So I got 2 done today. Yay!
Okay. Well, progress is progress.
Now, Dojo, you got a new project going on, and the link is down in the description. But before we get to that, I do have some news, and I'll bring this up. This was Tank Ferret's artwork here. of Devil Flyer, breaking
That's
chains, and
sharp.
yeah, and he's redoing it and giving it more being more dramatic with it, and he added more lightning to this than the lightning hitting the pitchfork tribe, whatever you want to call it. And this image there is being made into a 6 a.m. sticker. Would you like to see it?
Yeah.
Sticker reveal. And Elsie was kind enough to go into PayPal a second ago and pay 6 a.m. for this. So there's a new sticker for the next campaign for the Devil Flyer Zero. And I approached him about doing one more, and he said he'd tell me when he's available. I had to wait a year to get him, Dojo.
Wow. Yeah, you've got to plan ahead
And
of
then
time for him.
right after, about 2 weeks after mine launched, it might have been 2 weeks, I don't know. It seems like it was 2 weeks after I launched. He put up on X, open for commissions, and I jumped on that, and everybody's getting a free sticker. Um, but yeah, that's the new 6 a.m. Sticker that will be on the next campaign as a stretch goal. This first time, I just gave them one free on the campaign because that's the kind of guy I am, and
A
I was
campaign
just
is
so
not a
thrilled
campaign
with.
without a 6 a.m. sticker or magnet or something.
Well, that's what people say, and I mean, he's sitting like Flint. He'll be the one guy out of CG that retires early, I think.
Well, you know who else is making bank is Phoenix Animation, who does those metal cards. I
Yeah.
attended a con that he was at here in the Detroit area and spent the day with him and a friend of his. And people were coming up and buying his metal posters. I mean, they were big. They were like 11 by 17 posters of various. It was an anime con, and there were a bunch of anime characters I'd never heard of before. But people were buying 2 and 3 at a time at $40 a pop.
Wow.
So he
Wow.
went home with a huge wad of cash that night,
Well, I imagine he did.
and
Here is the
bought
first.
bought a round of drinks too. So that's cool.
Here is the first 6 a.m. sticker, and I said I'll make it easy on you. I just do the John Dillard main cover, which is right there, right there. Wow, that looks
Yep.
big. I must have that size big somehow. But yeah, killer. I just uh, campaign update for people that want to know. We're at $3,512, and pretty soon we'll be getting Jimmy Reyes cover, wraparound cover, and I'll be putting up new artwork and everything that people can buy and get whatever, and a new stretch go, a final stretch
Excellent.
go, and yeah, hopefully this week I have got to get with the printer, and I only got one more day, at least to contact her and say, hey, let's get going on printing some cards. So there'll be some trading cards printed up here pretty soon, probably next week, but I'll talk to her tomorrow about it. I've had some high winds come in here, Dojo, and blow a part of my tree down on my house.
Oh man.
But God's good, and I think everything happens for a reason, and it exposed some areas, blew away some areas that was kind of rotted and needed to be replaced anyway. And the
Oh.
way it came down, a smaller limb came down on the roof, did not damage the roof. The larger limb that would have damaged the roof, had it hit the roof, it hit the top of the chimney, and that supported the weight of it. So I was
Oh,
very fortunate.
nice.
I do have squirrels and varmints in my attic right now. I'm going to have to call pest control and get them out here and to bomb them out or something, and then seal up that vent that was kind of blown off. The eave that kind of lets air into your attic.
Yeah.
That's where they're getting in at. Um, Speak clearly. Am I not speaking clearly? Am I slurring my speech?
You've been
Timothy,
drinking, right?
what?
I said you've been drinking.
No, I had to go out tonight. I had to
That's
work
right.
at night.
That's my job anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, how many protesters can I hit going 14 miles an hour?
Only the slow one.
That's what you call a slow roll, right?
I was going to say if you weave a little bit, you can hit more.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, I might get that old lady on the walker,
A little
right?
better coverage. Yeah. Yeah, you
I-
could be like what was that Death Race 2000 when the nurses all came out and put the old folks in the middle of the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, all right, let me go over here to Dojo Kun, um, where I've communicated with Dojo because he had the link conveniently there for me, and I appreciate that, Dojo. To your
No
new
worries.
campaign, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about this campaign as I'm bringing it up, because you got some of your best characters grouped together again.
Yeah, so this will be an anthology. It's going to have as many as 13 characters featured in either their first appearance or a second chapter. It really
Okay.
depends on which character it is.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
And one great thing about this one is I learned a great lesson in previous campaigns. This one is 100% done already.
Oh, very nice.
So it's 100 pages.
Okay.
All of them
Wow.
are drawn,
Uh-huh.
colored, lettered. We are all set to go. Also available on this campaign will be Deanna, Hammer of the Angels, #1. Oh, and yep, you
Gotcha.
can see that there's going to be a trading card, which is that one that has Deanna, Hammer of the Angels there. A demonized version of her will be the free
Uh-huh.
trading card for those people who sign up before we launch and then back the project. You get that free trading card.
Nice
Um,
looking.
that's Dan Dahl or Booty Juice art. And you'll also see, if you scroll up just a little bit before you get down to the superheroes, that cover of Siamese there on the left is also by Dan Dahl. Um, it's next to the
So
trading card
Right here.
one below.
right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
No, you passed it.
Right here.
That
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Oh, that's the try.
So
I
that one
thought
there
these
is
were
also
trading
by
cards.
Booty Juice.
Okay.
And that will
Okay.
be the third printing of Siamese, which will be available on this campaign as a catch-up tier. That's over 100 pages. The Siamese. It's a trade paperback of all 4 issues of Siamese and plus a lot
Hey,
of
Karen.
extras.
Yeah, I think I backed that one last time
Okay.
when you ran that campaign.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was my first campaign. That
Okay.
funded in 3 days and was
Yeah.
fulfilled on time. Then you'll see right there as he's scrolling down, there's a lot of new characters being introduced in this
Yeah.
campaign, in this anthology.
A lot of new
We've got
logos for each character too.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we take our time to make sure that these things are thought through pretty well here. So Bot 42 is the first one. Then your Dr. Primordial,
Mhm.
Sakura,
That's a great
Wisecracker.
name, Dr. Primordial.
Yeah.
he's definitely ancient, so that's where
Mhm.
that comes from.
Well, I
Got
am too, but don't
Wisecracker.
be a hater, Dojo.
Hey, you're not. I might actually be as older than you, so
I'm
don't worry
58.
about it.
I'm 58.
Oh, okay. I'm 57, so there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, me and you are the same, Dojo.
Yeah. Um,
Didn't I'm
lots of new.
sorry to interrupt, but what did you put out between Siamese and Projectile Reptile? There was
Well,
another
there
one,
was
right?
the Toro, or what was it called? That
Yeah,
you tried?
To'Uro'u Tales
Yeah.
was it was a much smaller anthology, and
Yeah.
I think really honestly, Shadowhawk, the reason that didn't succeed was a lot of people found it difficult to pronounce To'Uro'u because Toro
Yeah.
is Spanish
That
for
was
bull, but To'Uro'u is the stone lantern that's in my company's logo.
Oh,
I
right,
did.
right. Okay.
I did too. That's in. I actually backed that project, and you refunded. Uh, when it didn't when it didn't
Yeah.
fund. But
And
yeah, I was
another
looking forward
campaign.
to that.
Dojo probably got some copies of that laying around somewhere, buddy. Come on, man.
I don't know if he put it together. It's probably. Did you roll some of that project into this project, Dojo?
I did. You're right. Yep. So let's see. There's just a
Good
couple of
thinking.
them that were in that project.
Okay.
Sparrow was in that project.
Mm-hmm.
Loan Shark, and the mermaids on the bottom right, H2O. They're called H2O because they're Halia and Andine are their names.
Ah,
Now, Dojo,
And those,
we got a sign up here. So when will this be launching?
well, what I'd like to do is wait until we have at least 100 signups to make sure that
Right.
we've got enough interest. I'd
Mhm.
like to launch on Bancroft's channel. I'm going to reach out to him and see if he's got an availability.
Okay.
He really still enjoys doing the launch campaign,
Oh yeah.
streams. So
oh yeah.
Um, he's been gracious to launch all of my previous campaigns for me, and sometimes they were a big success on launch, sometimes they were not. I'm hoping that one of the things that this will give people confidence in is, well, first of all, Siamese and Projectile Reptile both funded and were fulfilled. So
Yep.
although and that's a big deal. People look at that as a litmus test to, can I actually expect to get the books? Oh, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. We really
Wait,
tried to put
Carrie.
together a great campaign here, and the fact that this is 100% done already.
Yeah,
So
that's nice too. So
Okay,
that
Pop.
you have less of a wait.
right. Is somebody okay?
That's just Mama Hawk. She's over here indulging herself.
Oh, okay. All right. So
We're making some
if we
weird
can
eyes.
talk about the covers just for a minute, stay right there, Rex.
Okay.
The
Now
far
you've got
left.
Projectile Reptile there. So is that offered? Will that be offered in this campaign, like Siamese?
Yes, that will be part of the catch-up tier as well. You'll get the
Okay.
second printing of Projectile Reptile with the Peter Orchard cover that you see there. Like I said, Deanna Hammer of the Angels #1, a 22-page comic book, will be available on this campaign as well.
Yeah, that's a
It's
nice cover there.
it's a way for me to get that character out there. She's really the flagship character for my company, and it's taken too long to get around to getting the book out. So
Yeah.
I'm deciding to let's get that out there as part of this campaign. The cover you see on the far left there is Eric Ninoltowski and colored by Matt Yackey. So that
Ah.
was an homage to a Amazing Spider-Man annual cover, but it featured the West Coast Avengers. So it was
Oh
really
Ah.
wow.
cool. It was a cover by Todd Knock, and I just loved the layout of where the superheroes were placed and all that. So I asked Eric if he would do an homage to that, and it came out really well. So the other two covers you see on the top
Really
of
did.
this graphic are also homages to that same picture. In the middle there, that's got the white background.
All right.
That is, let me make sure I get the right one here. Yep, that is a Stefani Renee cover,
Oh, very
That's
nice.
that's
which is
classic. Yeah.
a rare get because he's been super ill for a very long time. So God bless him. I was just so glad that he agreed to do this cover for me. And then the top right there is an Elliot Rodriguez cover. And both of those two covers were colored by my colorist for Projectile Reptile, Chris Leithwood. So, oh, thank you, Carrie. She just signed up. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check to see if you're number 100. The 100th sign up
Oh
gets
wow, you're that close to getting 100. Okay.
yeah, I was going to say that the 100th person to sign up is going to get an extra in their package too
Oh.
if they later back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm keeping track of who is number 100.
Well, I dropped the link in the chat if you want to sign up for this and haven't yet. It's there in the chat for
I
everybody.
would like to say too that the interior art is done by I think 9 different artists, and I didn't actually even write all of these stories. Some of these stories were
Ah.
written by other people in the indie sphere. Oh, I see the K-pop just signed up. Thanks, K-pop. I appreciate you.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
she
So the
wants
other
that free stuff.
right.
Mhm.
um, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, the other authors. I've got I think 3 other authors contributed to this as well. Most of the chapters in here I wrote, but there are other authors involved as well. A lot of artists, a lot of different colorists and letterers. It was like herding cats to get this many creatives to get this done. But I think that we put together a fun book, and
Dude, it sounds like a celebration, brother.
I'm
Really,
glad you said that. Yeah, it's
Well,
this.
it's been a long road, hasn't it, Dojo, to get to this point.
Yeah,
No
it
matter
really
who
has.
writes it or draws it. I mean, really, it's a daunting task to put together a book. And what amazes me is like guys like you that, yeah, it's 200 pages. It's 500 pages. It's, it's death, 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 which is 300 pages or over
Right, right.
300 pages. I don't see how you do it. I'm having trouble just getting a 48 pager done, and I've been working on it for almost 3-4 years.
Well, one of the things that makes it daunting, I'll be honest with you, is the out-of-pocket costs up front.
Hmm.
Because in order to have this complete already, I've already paid all those artists, colorists, and letterers to get all of this done. So
Yeah,
at
and
this point
inkers,
now,
I guess. Yeah.
well, it depends. Some of the artists do both their penciling and their inking, but yeah, there was a couple that required to
Yeah.
also hire an inker. So, having said all of that, this campaign then is looking to recoup that cost, and then of course to pay for printing and packaging, and and postage. We alluded to postage a little while ago. Um, Postage on Siamese. I was new to this game and underestimated the cost, and so that one barely broke even.
Mm.
With
Yeah.
Projectile Reptile,
Hey, right.
I barely made any money. So my wife is saying, you know what? This needs to start making money or you're done. So
Yeah.
what do we got here? I missed. Oh,
Mr.
oh,
I'm
Accent.
talking too much. They want to hear Elsie.
no, I'm sitting here soaking it
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah.
It's
Tim
good.
says you look like a
Yeah,
reincarnated Colonel Sanders. That's not very nice, Timothy.
that's all right,
What?
dog. I like chicken, man.
I was gonna say Colonel
Carrie
Sanders
joining
was a
us
charming
from
dude.
uh, the UK and Ray from Australia. Oi,
Hey Ray,
you know,
thanks for being
we're
here.
an international crowd here.
Awesome.
That's right, man.
We're not
Anybody?
at a regular time. We went a little early, but and we appreciate you coming in early. Uh, yeah, I was always what got me into comics was George Perez Dojo and
Amen.
his early
Yes,
Avengers stuff, his first run on Avengers, and sort of like your book here. And I think you called it a superhero anthology. Is that right?
that's correct. Yep.
Okay. That's kind of what mine is, although all the stories are interlinked or will be interlinked. They're kind of one and done because we're not, as you know, on a monthly basis. And mine was kind of growing out of control. It was like 56 pages if I put everything in there that I wanted. Dark Lichen from, well, we got Jonas in here. Hey,
Hey
Jonas.
Jonas.
Jonas is in Sweden. Dark
Okay.
Lichen in the UK.
And I see
Okay.
Shadowhawk. He left us, but he's in the chat and he said he signed up. Thanks, Shadowhawk.
He left
What
us to
up,
sign
Shadow?
up. Yeah. Uh-huh. He
Okay.
couldn't. He couldn't be on. And Katie from the UK. Hey, you, Katie.
Hey, Katie,
Hi,
what's
Katie.
up?
So,
Katie's
to
children
talk
will be
about the
coming back
anthology
from.
decks or Rex, the
Uh-huh.
anthology, although they are individual stories, this is a connected superhero universe. So these characters all exist in the same universe and could potentially become intertwined in the future.
Very cool. For people that don't know you, Dojo, like my friend Elsie here, tell us a little bit about your collecting experience and your
Okay.
your dealing with comics.
Sure. So I've been collecting comics for over 50 years now. I started
Sweet.
collecting when I was just a wee lad. We were going on a trip to Florida, and it was going to be a car trip. So Dad said, "Go ahead and pick up a few comics on the spinner rack."
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
actually still have those 2 comics that I bought. I
That's
I
cool.
bought
That's
I bought
cool.
upgraded editions so that they're in much better shape because the 2 that I bought when I was 7 got kind of beat up.
Well,
But
You got
I
sure.
still have
Yeah.
a
two. Yeah, I still have the two that I bought when I was 7. I will never sell those. They can bury those with me
Yeah, I
because they
mean,
started.
the ragged copies, the ones that actually have sentimental value. I mean, there's certain ones that I wouldn't sell either. I mean, I
Yeah,
unfortunately I suffered a fire back in '97 and then turned around and bought out a comic book shop, but that was all new stuff at that point.
Be back.
And but
Get the
Oh,
drink.
thank
now
God I
my
missed.
my first comic that I bought and first Avengers that I told you about, which was Avengers
uh-huh.
147, that had a Rich Buckler cover. But man, you open it up and bam, that splash page from George Perez, uh, just awesome. Caught me right there, and I didn't even know, JoJo, that it was like a soap opera, that these things were continued. You know,
Oh, right.
it never really clicked to me where it said next issue or anything. You know, I didn't know
Okay.
how it worked. But yeah, I mean those are the ones that, like you say, can be buried with us, that are sentimental, right?
They started
Uh,
a lifelong obsession. Yeah, they're
Jerry
I
being very
love.
demanding. Not that Dojo can go in there and check right now. It's a hassle to check. But she says, think Dojo needs to say if one of the three of us are 100. You'll find out.
Yes, it would. I'm not signed into my Indiegogo right now, but
Yeah.
definitely I'll let somebody know as soon as they are number 100.
Yeah. And he hadn't
Um,
even launched yet, and you hadn't even backed yet. So there. Yeah.
so
Well, I jumped in
after
there too. So.
okay, yep, after
Yeah.
quite a
We,
few years, um, I stopped collecting in 1999 for 14 years.
isn't
It
that
was
Oh,
just
something? I stopped collecting in '99, and I think so did Shadowhawk, and
yeah.
he stopped collecting for 18 years. And
wow. Okay.
it only took me a couple years because I was working in prison ministry and with the homeless and the homeless shelters, and I just kind of got away from it. And plus, I saw a lot of stuff out in comics that I didn't agree with, though, Joe. A lot of the end of the world type stuff, 666
Oh, okay.
thing with a Bane character, and I just said, I'm just getting away from it for a little while, which I never thought I would do. But uh, whereas I went back to it, you guys stayed away a while. What kind
I
of got
Oh,
you
did.
back into it? Was the crowdfunding thing, Dojo?
No, no. As a matter of fact, I saw a lot of
You weren't being
uh,
demanding.
things happening in movies, and I saw the comics in the stores, and I decided that I would come back and I'd collect three characters: She-Hulk, Superboy, and Juggernaut. Now, and
all
so
right.
I still buy those. I have every. I went back and collected the She-Hulks that I missed when I was on hiatus. I have every She-Hulk appearance, which is over 2,800 comics that she's been in.
So that's
Oh,
And
Savage
wow.
She-Hulk, the 25 issues plus the John Byrne run.
yeah, seriously, I got them all. I started collecting She-Hulk
Yeah,
when she was released in February of 1980.
I
Yep.
did too. Yeah,
So does that
yeah.
include like all the Avengers issues she was
Yes,
in
sir.
and
Yep.
Fantastic
Fantastic
Avengers,
Four? And,
Four. Yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Is she your
She was
number one
in.
character that you like? Is She Hulk?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So do
So,
Cool.
you? I think they should have, kept her Savage She Hulk like the first 25 issues. But then when she when they put her in a costume, and John Byrne did the little wink wink, series, um,
well,
she just
hang on,
kind of
Rex.
became
Let
a
me stop you
superhero
right
at
there.
that.
Let me
Huh?
stop you right there. When she came to be, well, first of all, she joined the Avengers long before
Yeah.
she joined the Fantastic Four. She joined the
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Avengers back in issue 221. Um, and she was with them for quite a while. When the
Yep.
Secret Wars happened and she went to that battle world, Thing decided to stay there, so she became a member of the Fantastic Four to become the team's muscle.
Right.
Um, while she was on the Fantastic Four, it was the best written characterization of that character ever. And yes, it was John Byrne. However, when John Byrne wrote her solo series, which you alluded to a minute ago, with the wink wink and the breaking the fourth wall, he put
Right.
her up against a whole bunch of D-list villains that he made her a punchline, which was
And with
unfortunate
some
because
D-list heroes like Paladin, and other characters like that, right?
Yeah, well,
Better.
I think Paladin was in Dazzler, but she teamed up with like Razor Fist and the blonde Phantom or something like that on her series. So yeah, he basically made her a punchline, and that's unfortunate because he did such a great job writing her when she was on the Fantastic Four. I miss those days. Um, so after collecting for quite a while and then getting back to it, I wanted to see if I could write a script for Marvel. I actually wrote a She-Hulk script, and I looked all over the Marvel site to how do I submit this to them. And
Mhm.
it took quite a while to find a very small paragraph on like page 20, and it basically said, "You don't." It said,
Oh,
it said, "Go
you
get
don't.
published." It
See,
said,
Right.
"Go get published, and we'll find you." So
Wow.
I then went and joined a company called, well, there was a couple of companies. One was Red King Press, and the other was Affinity Press. Um, they, I think, had delusions of grandeur. So I
yeah.
didn't like to stick around with them. After a couple of years, I started Dojo Comics in 2014. So I've been publishing now for 10 years. I discovered I kind of discovered the indie sphere by accident. I was posting my characters on Facebook, and somebody who was a member of CG said to me, "Yeah, you shouldn't probably be posting those without them being published first." And I said, "Well, they are published. I've been publishing for several years now." He said, "Oh, dude, you got to check out Bancroft Show. You got to check." So I started watching YouTube streams, and I learned that this whole crowdfunding campaign existed. I did not know about it before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I threw my hat in the ring, and Siamese was my first crowdfunding campaign.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, earlier you said, is it Deanna the Hammer?
Yep, Deanna, Hammer of the Angels.
Hammer of the Angels. Now, that was going to be your main character. What made you decide to do Siamese first?
Oh, good question. When I was working with Red King Press, that's what I wrote for them. It was a 4-issue miniseries. When I departed Red King Press, he, I'm trying to think of the way to put this tactfully. He could either, he could either pay me what he owed me, or license
Mhm.
those, or allow me to take those characters with me.
Right. Okay.
So he opted for allowing me to take my characters with me.
Oh, great.
So when I did that, I brought those 4 issues of Siamese with me, and I could make a trade paperback of that to crowdfund it.
Right. I got you. So you already had all the work done, basically, except putting it into
Right.
the trade.
Right.
Yeah. Excellent.
Now, but
Uh,
with other projects that weren't
and I enjoyed
complete,
Siamese
that
quite a bit.
so
Thank you.
you're in, and I know you're not the only one that we've had on here that said I'm not going to do it. Doc Blaylock's another one. It's going to be 100% done before he launches. What's the benefits you see in that, Dojo?
Well, number one, people are confident, therefore, that it won't be late. And
Yeah.
the reason, the main reason for that is a lot of times it's beyond their author's control. If like I'm waiting for a couple of books where the artist has had either a family tragedy or was actually one of them was in an automobile accident. So a lot of
Wow.
things can happen to
Sure.
delay
Yeah,
the
you never
production
know.
of a
Yeah.
comic. What's that,
Life.
Elsie?
It's called life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Life
life.
happens, brother.
Life will often happen and delay the production.
Or,
And
like after the pandemic, you had shortages on some materials. Even Billy Tucci for his omnibus couldn't get like the little ribbon bookmarks for his
oh, yep,
omnibus.
you're
Well,
right.
look
So
at,
even
I
little
mean,
things like that.
shipping was a
Mhm.
nightmare for a while, too. I mean, things were
Yeah,
taking,
buddy. You're
God,
right.
months to get somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, not only
I could have I could have fulfilled it in this man right down there, and this man that would probably travel down here too if he didn't have to work all the time, and help me fulfill this Devil Flyer prequel. But I went with Critical Blast RJ, and
mhm.
just that way we'll give his services a try, as many other people have done, and
Hey,
um,
you want to
then
support the
don't have
people
to
in the
hassle
community.
about the fulfillment of it. And
Yeah.
plus, he meters out ahead of time, you know, the best way, right? And that way, especially on the ever changing international shipping.
Yeah,
That's one motivation not to be really late, Dojo, is postal rates always going up.
that's true
Right.
too.
Time.
Yeah,
Never
that's
Yeah.
a good point.
But yeah, RJ's got
But
a great model. If you guys get a chance, look at I forget who did the video. I want to say it might have been on Katie Did's channel or one of those other ones. But
uh-huh.
they're comparing the way the Rippaverse did his shit
Okay.
compared to it. It was just hilarious because
Well,
he
Dojo,
did.
you probably had something more to say about that one. Having the benefits of having a project 100% done.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
another benefit with that is that you can put the art, the completed and colored art on your campaign so that of course you're not going to put it all there, but people
Right.
get a better idea of what kind of book they're getting when they back the
Hmm.
project.
Hmm.
yeah. That's
Dude,
that.
they can sit there and look at the book. Here it is, man. You want it?
Yeah, I can I can hold it up and show them that this book is done. It's right here. Back it with confidence, and you'll get it soon after Indiegogo releases the funds.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think especially a few years back when like maybe around Cyberfrog 2 launched and some other projects around that time that there was a lot of fervor. Things were doing on all cylinders, and I think they said even last year, 2023 would be even a better year. I don't think that it really turned out better, for crowdfunding.
Yeah, I don't think last year was all that great for everybody.
No.
Well, how do you think it's going this year, Shadowhawk, so far?
Uh yeah,
Kind of choppy still?
it's still a little choppy, man. Things
Yeah.
are things are
Hey, Jim.
down compared to a couple of years
Hey,
ago. I
look,
mean,
dude,
Yeah.
I've got a daughter. She can't even find a job right
I think there's a
I
now.
just
She
couple of
doesn't
mean,
want to take McDonald's,
total
okay?
wise, as far as people's campaigns are going and stuff. Like, it
Oh,
seems like
yeah.
you got to be out there grinding it all the
right.
time, right?
Well, I
Now the
mean,
last
the
couple of years.
economy's kind of went a little south, right? I mean, even
Well,
though,
that's what I'm saying, and
yeah,
there's a lot of books that I wanted to back that I had to pass over because I was going through rough economic
right.
straits
Yeah.
myself
And
over the last couple of
and I
years.
think, I
So
mean,
Sorry,
there's more
brother.
projects out there, right? I mean, I know in the early days when the fervor was there.
That it having it done and ready is peace of mind, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
exactly.
mean, there's just so many steps to it, Dojo. You got the penciler, ink, the letterer,
And coloring.
colorist, editing,
I mean,
writing.
look
I
at
mean,
what just recently happened to poor Jimmy, man. He had colorist issues, and
yeah,
it
yeah.
ate up all of his
And he had
campaign
just
money.
recommended his colorist to me, and then all of a sudden it's like, am I gonna have to find a colorist? And he's like, yes. Okay, all
Well,
right.
apparently, yeah, it
Wow.
was it was quite the shock to him too. So
Well, yeah, yeah. And the guy seemed really nice, and I don't know what problems he had with him, and I'll get with him and ask him one
I
day. But
don't know. Yeah,
but yeah, Mark
Yeah, you
Larkin
never know.
jumped in. But you know what, Dojo? Maybe that's a God thing because Mark Largent jumped in the chat and said, "Hey Rex, I'll take a crack at it. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. I'll do it pro bono." I said, "I'll give you a try at it. Sure, go for it." He's an animator. He's got stalled track over there uh, uh,
have you seen
on
Mark's stuff
Indiegogo.
at all, Dojo?
No, I haven't.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
he's a
he's
really nice
fun.
guy, big collector and everything. Yeah.
He does like have you a lot of people are doing the new like the AI kind of generated puppets where it's
Yes.
like 3D. Um, he does that kind of stuff with Star Trek, but he writes, he takes classic episodes and does it kind of like a Mad Magazine, but
Okay.
visual, you know,
Spoof. Like spoof.
satire. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. That's the word I was looking.
Yep. Or parody.
Parody. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's very fun. He's got some great voices on there too. Does nice voice work.
Okay, cool. I
So
see
where
that
do
Ray
you go
says,
from? Where do you go
Ray
from
says he
here?
created his own plugin.
Let's say this one fully funds. Where do you go from here? Another
Well,
issue, or is there another title in mind?
there definitely are plans. If this one funds and makes what I hope it will, then Siamese 2 is already underway.
Woohoo.
Okay. Okay.
Been waiting a while on that one.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, those 4 issues I wrote for someone else. These 4, I don't have to. Anyway, it'll be done my way.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I like it. It was a fun book, man. It's
the way it should be.
a fun read. So I hope
Thanks,
you keep it.
Shadowhawk.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I hope you enjoyed
Shadowhawk,
Projectile Reptile too.
Yeah, as soon as
Shadowhawk
I
in
get
the
a
early
chance to
days,
read it,
he's
man, I
backed
got
over.
a backlist, man.
He's backed about over like 600 projects, you know, and
No, I'm
Wow.
I'm a little over 500 now, Rex.
a little over 500.
Wow,
Okay.
I thought
You
I was
talker.
doing good with 265.
I know, right? Well, you are doing
Yeah.
good with 265. You
Well,
got most
I
of the
got
time
into it in
small fry.
summer of 2018. I discovered
Oh, okay. You got a head
CG
start on me.
and crowdfunding and all that stuff, and like once I got my first couple books in and saw how the crowdfunding model worked, you know, and how Indiegogo worked and stuff, and stretch goals and all. I mean, dude, I was all in. You know.
Yeah, you got your Rob
What's
Ewing.
Elsie showing us there?
Scrappy and Sauce by Rob Ewing.
There you go. Ah,
okay.
very nice. I got mine the other day.
Oh, you did?
Nice.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Nice bookmark.
That was on Fund My Comic.
Yes,
Isn't
sir.
that an original drawing bookmark?
Yes, it's they were all original bookmarks.
They were different. Yeah.
Mhm.
And he signed it on the inside of the book.
That's a nice touch, you know.
Yeah. It's a good looking book too. Came out nice.
What's
Well,
the hardest
you know,
thing oh wait. All right. We got a guest on here, and I don't want to. And I know we haven't got him for long, so we can do show and tell after he leaves. What, Dojo? What's been the most daunting thing about all this since you've been in it? Would you think?
Honestly, and this is being fully transparent here, it's the grind. Although I enjoy coming on shows like yours and having these conversations,
Right.
for Siamese, I tracked the shows I was on, and I was on 80 shows.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And yeah, I you know, in the first 2 months when I had the campaign going, and most of the shows that I went on were in the first month. But yeah, man, it's like multiple shows on multiple days, and it is a daunting thing, and it's a stressful thing, isn't it?
Well, it is because, like Elsie mentioned a little while ago, life keeps happening. It's not saying, "Oh, you've got a campaign. I'll sit back and allow that to happen for a while."
Mm-hmm.
No. We've got, my wife and I are part of the sandwich generation. We've got kids. We've got 5 boys.
Yeah.
We've got elder care situations. We've got both of us have a full-time job. So yeah, this comic book thing is not full-time for me. I wish it were.
Right.
I wish it could pay the bills, but so far it's not. Yeah. Maybe this campaign will do it. Everybody sign up.
I'm signed up.
Hey, man.
If you don't mind not asking, you don't have to be too specific. But what kind of age range are we looking at here on your kids?
Oh, you know what? That's good. This book here, it's not written for kids, but it's all ages.
No. I mean, your actual
asking
kids.
about
You
and
you
your
had
family,
5.
Dojo.
The actual kids we have. All right. So
Yeah.
What do you go by,
oldest
Dojo?
is
A name? Or is Dojo your name? Or I don't know.
Oh.
I kind of know this.
Okay. So yeah, Dojo Kun are the 5 rules of the karate dojo.
Okay.
I'm a longtime karateka, so I thought that would be a fun title. My name is actually Brian, so you can call me either one. Good to meet you, Elsie. And just one second. What was that, Dee? Yeah, how old is the oldest? Okay, so our oldest boy is 37.
Oh, wow.
You gotta ask.
He got to ask his wife.
And then And
That's
then
awesome, buddy.
the youngest is early
My
20s. So
daughter's 36.
they
Oh,
run
okay.
the gamut.
So you don't have no little ones running around anymore.
No, God, no.
Well, dude, I mean, I'm your age, and I've got
He says, "Oh
my
God,
daughter
no."
just started her freshman year of high school. My youngest
Oh,
daughter.
okay.
So I got 3 years
So,
left of.
How old are
you
you,
know,
Shadow?
I'm 57.
Really, dude? Okay.
me
Yeah,
too.
Elsie's the oldest one on here. Ha ha.
Yeah, people don't
Oh.
tell me I
I'm
don't look it, but I
67.
sure as hell feel it. I can tell you.
You're 67.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're almost 10 years older than me. Yeah.
Okay.
I was playing league, man, when y'all were born.
That's
Yeah.
right.
When dinosaurs
That-
ruled the earth.
And drawing. I love to draw. I draw all the time. That's what I love to do.
And
Awesome.
yeah,
paint.
Elsie is
Draw
quite the
Paint.
artist himself. He works like in every medium, just about, right, Els?
whatever
Yeah.
I can get, man.
Yeah.
My friend
Elsie's,
took off. We were going to do glass again. I said, "Oh,
oh,
paint
yeah.
on glass."
Ooh,
Yeah. We've
cool.
done some glass painting. That technique goes back like 400 years. And Elsie's also done, helped with an installation at was it a school or a hospital? I
At the
can't remember.
Kansas College of Health and Sciences in
Okay.
Memphis. It's
And
across
I
from the
know you did
Baptist
one.
Hospital.
He did
It's
some
just
stained glass stuff.
yeah.
He doesn't hear me, so he just keeps talking. I don't
No,
understand
I'm
why
telling
he
you
can't
what you
hear
just
us.
asked. I
Huh?
thought. I thought I was telling you what you just asked.
Okay. Well, anyway,
I was trying
You
to
yeah.
was.
explain.
Yeah. You were just talking over.
Oh,
Well,
my bad.
he's
No, no,
Dojo.
no.
He's a
You were good,
retired
Elsie.
teacher
You
of
were answering
30,
his
31
question, but
years.
Rex was just, being Rex.
Well,
Yeah,
we
it's
are who
just
we are. No.
uh, but yeah, Elsie's a retired teacher of 31 years, art teacher, but he's taught like math and career planning and English and wherever they needed him, really.
Special needs students is what I
Special
taught.
needs. Oh
'Cause
God,
Oh,
that was a
was
headache right before you
awesome.
retired.
Oh,
One of
but it was. But you know what? It was probably my best year, man. I learned more that year than I learned anything. I
Yeah.
learned
Really?
Well,
those kids,
I
50
learned you should have
autistic
retired if
children.
you could
I
have two
learned.
years earlier. Because I mean, they Dojo they had medical needs students in there that should not have been in public school. In fact, there was a teacher or a helper
They're fragile. They're so
accidentally break
fragile.
the arm or was it the leg of one of those students by accident.
Oh
He
man,
was so medically fragile, and he wasn't
well,
the
that
one that was really bad. It was this one student that had like a mentality of a 6 year old. She should not have been in public school. I mean, when you strip off all your clothes and run naked and attack people, that person should not be around other children, like that.
Wait, I'm not allowed to do that?
No,
oh,
you might be able to, but
oh,
that's a
okay.
regular Tuesday night for Dojo,
Well,
man.
you see, you're
all right.
you just can't do it in public,
Good thing
Dojo.
it's Thursday,
Oh,
eh?
okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, good
Yeah,
thing
it's
it's
lucky
Thursday.
it's
Yeah,
Thursday.
because I'd be busy. I'd be
He'd
at
have
the mall.
he'd have been busy. Yeah.
Uh, Ray getting his dig in. Rex is my special needs student. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, I am, aren't I? He's actually been tutoring me in uh, computer stuff uh, so that we can build a website. Uh,
Awesome.
so uh, it blows me away that Dojo that I mean I can see where you've got like a backlog of stuff and projects that you want, so I can very well see where you could get 100 pages or more. But it really blows me away that some of these crowdfunders like yours here are as massive as they are, because it takes so much to do just a regular size comic, if you're dealing with a lot of different people and not even if you're doing it yourself, it's a definitely a work in progress every day, isn't it?
Yeah, you know that one of the things that I'm jealous of would be like Michael Bancroft, who can do it all. He's the
Hmm.
artist, the colorist. I mean, I know it was an on again, off again relationship with Eric Weathers as the letterer. There was sort of an in joke there,
Yeah.
but yeah. So Mike can get the project done at his own pace, but he has to do it all.
Yeah.
Whereas if he does, if I have an artist do page 1, they can start page 2, and then someone can start coloring page 1 while page 2 is still in progress. So there's a bit of an assembly line going, which
Right.
somebody like Mike, who does all of it, can't do. So it's a give and take. I'm jealous that he can do it all. He doesn't have to pay an artist, a letterer, a colorist, an editor, and all of that. On the other hand, it's going to take him longer to get it done.
Oh, sure.
I am very happy that I just saw that Lucent 2 is on its way.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, some people have been receiving their copies. I noticed and posting it on X. So
Oh, okay. I don't have
yeah,
it yet, but I saw that there is a tracking number for me, so it's on its way.
Very
It
nice.
landed in Los Angeles, it said.
That's, so it'll only take another 12 days to get to you, Brian.
now
We'll
I
see.
and Dojo. I just happen to have this handy and look over here, Dojo. This wasn't planned, but uh, I and Dojo have something in common. He has a
Oh,
BOG and I have a BOGG
Oh yeah.
dog character. And this
yeah,
my
that's
father
right.
passed away in February, so this was just a few days after his funeral. I think we buried him on the 6th, and I created the character on the 15th of in 2015. But this was the first. Often I will do heads, and you see other heads here too. But there was the first drawing of Bog,
Oh yeah. Okay. Bottom
and then
right
I
there. Yep.
later I said, "Oh, that one looks pretty cool. I'm gonna have to do something." So I went up here and I did him kind of stepping over a hill with the moon behind him, just a quick
Nice.
sketch, you know.
So is that the
That's,
first appearance of Sprag the Living Hill from She-Hulk?
yes.
He says yes.
I forgot about that thing.
Hey, when in doubt, just agree with your guest. You know, it's kind of like
Thanks for
when you
coming in,
go in.
Ray. We appreciate you
Yeah,
and for signing up.
yeah. I hope that I
People
hope that
benefit
you're
from coming on. You're getting people signing up. Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
like.
Well,
definitely. Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you, chat.
Yeah,
Sorry
you
I've
got
been neglectful today.
We love
now.
you, chat.
Now, if
We
those
love you.
translate into backers, you know. But you know
Billy
that
Ray,
I
Mike,
don't know
everybody.
what
I'm sure Carrie's here somewhere. Hail, hail.
I don't know what it is about groups, Dojo, but groups always, you know, like Justice League or Avengers or Fantastic Four always kind of drew me. The more maybe it was more bang for my buck, which was like a quarter back then, you know. When you
Well, not only
started
that,
collecting
Rex, but you
comics,
also. Oh, go ahead.
huh? I was going to ask you, was it a quarter or 20 cents for you when you started collecting?
It was a quarter. Yep, 25 cents.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
do
I
have a
bought
lot.
good
that
old
80
days.
page Giants for a quarter. I had to get those
Uh-huh.
big, thick, bound quarter, 80
Right.
pages. Yeah.
So of course, I bought a lot of back issues that were 10 and 12 cents, but yeah, they were 25 when I started.
Well, now you were
Actually,
probably in where was that at? Were you in a urban area, city, where they had
oh,
back issues?
no, I was in a suburb area.
Okay.
So I was like in one of the suburbs of Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's where K-pop is. She's up in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
That was in
Hail.
the she if you know, if you want to shield your book, get with her and she's definitely got a good channel on that. I think she does that on Thursday nights. I've been on there a couple times. I know Shelby Robertson and some other people have been. So
Yeah,
and
K-pop's fun.
he's had some very super collectors on there too. Which is I mean, there's one that has his own YouTube channel, and besides my clutter back here, he's got all slab like golden age books.
Oh,
What's your holy grail in your collection, Dojo? Would you say? And I know that's kind of unfair because there's sentimental things.
um, well, I can say that a few years back, I parted with Hulk 181. the first appearance of Wolverine,
Oh,
and I was able to buy a car with that one.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, and I have Hulk number 180, which is Wolverine's first cameo appearance.
right.
So I
Disagree. I disagree. I think 180 should be his first appearance. But
yeah, well, technically, yeah, I don't
well,
disagree with that.
well, okay, I'll tell you. Really, it's the cable thing that really gets me. Because if you look at the issue before the famous Rob Liefeld, which they say, again, I think they want the character in most of the book full appearance. And if he's on the cover for the very first time, then they go nuts over that, kind of like with 181 and then whatever that is, the New Mutants with Cable. But if you look at the issue
Right.
before that, which is the first appearance in my estimation of Stripe and Cable, they're on multiple pages and multiple panels saying multiple things. I don't see how that is not a first appearance. They're just, but it really doesn't matter when it comes to value. You have to go with the crowd, even if the crowd is wrong.
Sit there and be wrong, and
I
you're
mean,
wrong.
what is the criteria? They set the criteria that they need to be in saying multiple things. And here they are on multiple pages saying multiple things. I mean, quite lengthy in the book. I mean, it's not half the book or anything, but they're obviously, that's got to be counted as a first appearance, and yet it's not, because the crowd says no, we want Cable on the cover. That's all it can be.
Oh, the cover? That doesn't mean first appearance. No.
Well, I mean, they parse, they say, well, cameo, first full appearance, first cover appearance, and I can see breaking that up like that, but when you set the criteria and say, okay, this is what constitutes as a cameo, maybe like Modoc was, he was like in one panel. I could see, okay, that's a cameo, and then the next issue he's in all the issues, so you
Yeah, well,
consider that
that's true
first
for
full appearance.
that's true for Wolverine as well. He's only in the last panel of number 180.
Well,
He
I
does
mean,
have
if
a
you just
couple of lines of dialogue, though, doesn't he?
Yes.
Oh yeah, in 180, he's got a couple of things that he identifies himself as Wolverine and Weapon X. So, but I mean, if you use logic, Dojo, on 180, 181, and 182.
Uh-huh.
So where does 180 fall in? You say cameo, I guess it would have to be first appearance. So his second appearance, although people say third appearance when they sell it, is 182. Well, so it gets kind of confusing. And all I'm
Yeah.
saying is for, whether the Overstreet Guide or whoever says this is and I think that's it, right? The Overstreet Guide probably
They are
a
the official
cameo
authority
is
on that.
this
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
full appearance is that. Well, then how can you not acknowledge, like in that Cable book, where he's in multiple pages and multiple panels saying multiple things, and that's not his first appearance? It's disingenuous.
You
I
seem
hate that
you seem
about
very
it.
passionate about that, Rex.
Well, I mean,
Yes, he
it's
is.
like it is what we want it to be, even though that's not the reality of it. Of the criteria that they set down. If we're not going to play by the rules, then let's just make it up as we go along. Again, it's comic book logic. Yes, I am passionate about it.
I'm going to say,
Because,
I'm going to give this guy a heart attack if I keep pushing him.
well, only if I
Nah,
turn red.
he's like this all the time.
You won't give him no heart attack.
Well, I mean, is there anything that irritates you in collecting
Oh my gosh.
comics?
Yeah,
Well,
and
he's
that
quit
is,
for 14 years.
well, see, here's the thing. When they did Secret Wars 2, number 1, and they had 45 variant covers.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, yeah,
yeah.
that. I'm
That's
out.
Part of the problem with that is I'm a completist collector, and She-Hulk was in Secret Wars 2, number 1. So if I want to get all of her appearances, I have to
You gotta
basically,
buy that
it's
book.
impossible to get all 45 because some of them were store exclusives and there was only like 50 of them even printed.
Or maybe
So
convention exclusives.
yeah, that too. And sometimes those are the very next day are $300, 350 online, and I can't justify
Yeah.
getting that book for $350 just because the cover is different. So some people
Right.
say, well, just get the ones you can afford, or just get the ones you like the most, and you're done. And it's like, well, you obviously don't understand what a completist collector is.
Right.
So I still don't have all 45, and I'm not going to, and that's frustrating. I think that they're just a sad money grab by
Yeah.
the companies when they
Yeah.
do something like 45 covers, or even okay. So She-Hulk number 10 just came out. It's the end of this run, so they're going to have another She-Hulk 1 probably in a couple of years. And the problem is, even for number 10, they had 4 variant covers. I can see maybe for a number 1 issue getting a few other guest artists to come in, like with my Dojo Kun Chronicles. I've got 2 variants. That's okay. That's reasonable. But when you've got 20, 30, 40 variants,
Yeah.
you're just
And
it's just a money grab at that point.
would you
Even
say that's justified? What?
I said even the X-Men ones, you know, Jim Lee
Yes.
Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But now that's
There's
not as
5.
bad as like Action Comics number 1. Would you say that's justified for or not number 1, but 1,000? They had like 40 something on that as well.
Well, I think that the number is far too high, but to have a
Yeah.
few variants makes sense because
Yeah.
it's a milestone.
Yeah.
But just because it's
Yeah.
She-Hulk number 8 and there's no first appearance, it's not a key of any kind, to just have 4 or 5 variant covers on just somebody's number 8 issue. That's silly. It's just
Yeah.
them being
It really
greedy.
is. Yeah.
Shadowhawk, I was getting a little bit of echo, just to let you know.
Well, I was wondering why you keep muting me without saying anything.
Well, I only did one. I only did
It's
one.
been
Freaking
yet.
Christ, boy.
Anyway,
He's
he'll be
mad at you.
no, well, no, he's not mad. He's got to dip out because he's on his phone and it heats up and then it starts to echo a little bit. We get a little
Oh, okay.
feedback, so he'll be back. Yeah, I hope.
Well, speaking of dipping out, guys, I have been here for an hour now. I probably should let you go. Um,
Appreciate it.
I totally
Whenever.
appreciate you having me on. It's good to meet you, Elsie. I appreciate
Good
that
to
too.
meet you.
Go check those
Um,
signatures after you check on your parents. See, my mother, by the way, just had a birthday the 15th, and she turned 89. Dojo.
wow, 89. Good for
Yeah.
her, I
Now
think.
she's my adopted mother. She's my adopted mother. Actually,
She's your mother,
last
man.
well, I know, but I mean, I'm trying to get another story out here before he leaves, which
Oh, my
is
bad. My bad. I'm sorry,
last
Rick.
year my through my daughter, I found my sister that she didn't even know I was still in the state, but
Oh, wow.
and through that my biological mother's still alive, and I've seen pictures of her and everything, and know a little bit about my lineage now. So that's pretty wild, isn't it? How God
That's
comes
cool.
around,
Yeah.
restores things. Because I during COVID I had most of my adopted family die, unfortunately. You know,
Oh,
at
my.
least a
Sorry to hear
couple
that.
of them I think was because of that. But thank you for coming on, and here's Shadowhawk just in time to tell you bye.
Dojo.
And
Because I
before I
know
Bye.
go, I
he's a
want to
big
say,
supporter of yours
yeah,
as I am.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's backed all 4 of my projects so far, even though and some of them he didn't end up getting because they didn't fund. But I truly
Yeah.
appreciate you, Shadowhawk.
Hey, when
Oh, thank
Shadowhawk
you.
passes away, we're gonna take his ashes and sprinkle it over some CG
No,
books.
Shadowhawk ain't gonna pass away.
Well, I know, but I'm saying if
we,
he
Well,
ever
hell,
we
does,
should put it into the
he's
so he's
grandfathered
part of the
in.
book.
He's been here
there you
almost
go.
since the very
Yeah,
beginning. You know,
just mix me into the India ink, and I'll be fine.
into the ink.
Yeah,
Okay,
he'll be a
we'll
part of
put
my
you in
book.
issue a devil
That'd be
flyer.
cool.
So I want to say before I go, I want to say hi to Tree Goblin. Thanks for
Okay,
popping in, and
hey
I
Tree.
hope you
Hell, gee.
take the time to sign up for Dojo Kun Chronicles, Tree Goblin.
Woo.
Absolutely, and I'll drop
Get
that
in there,
link
Tree.
again.
If you're number 100, you get something surprise
Yeah,
for
you will
free.
get a free
Yeah, if you
surprise with your backing when we after we launch. Oh,
And here's that
okay.
link.
I just thought of one more
again.
thing, if you guys don't mind.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
No, go
There
ahead.
will be a hidden contest the day I launch, and it will depend on how observant people are. I can't give away too.
Where's Walter?
Oh,
It would be an undue advantage. So
One
there's a
other
hidden contest.
question. One other quick question, Dojo. Will you go to Fund My Comic or any other platform with this?
We'll see. Fund My Comic has been unfortunately not very good for my current campaign for the Healing Wars, the Shifter.
Okay.
And I think that it's because not as many eyes are on it as like an Indiegogo.
Right.
But if this funds and I'm able to fulfill, I definitely will also give Fund My Comic a chance because Luke is doing something awesome over there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Luke's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Yes, he
I
is.
just
So
wondered
that
if
campaign,
have you ever done a kick? Have you ever tried a Kickstarter over there on Kickstarter?
yes. And
You have.
unfortunately,
Okay.
on Kickstarter, you're just lost in the shuffle. I mean, unless you
Yeah.
are a super big name, it's
Yeah.
hard to get noticed. Now, if they pick
Well,
you as
around here, you're a
campaign we
big,
love,
super big name around here. We like you.
oh wow, I appreciate that. Thank you, Rex. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was a pleasure having you on. Thank you, and you're always welcome back.
thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Take care.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
You
Brian.
too.
All right. Bye now.
All
Hell.
right.
Well,
Hello.
there you go. The great Dojo Coon Comics. Eh? It's been a while
There
since
you
we've
go,
had him
brother.
on. We've had him on a couple times before, and
See that? And the dude even knows. He's like, yeah, old Shadow's back to everything I put out so far. Yeah,
Look, dude,
I
well, if
sure
you
have.
sell only 2 copies, you can keep up with it better. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sure he sold more
Wow.
than 2 copies, but you know what I'm
Wow.
saying.
he got four, at least four on this
At least
show.
Kicking our
4. Yeah.
Gus as soon as he's gone. Damn.
Yeah. Well,
He
I
got
know.
on the show.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So, what do you
Ouch.
think about the new 6 a.m. sticker? Eh?
I
Fired
didn't
up.
get to see it.
You didn't get to see it. Well,
Hey,
let's take
you
another look
jumped the
at it,
gun.
shall we?
Show me.
Jumped the
Show me,
gun.
show me.
Man.
Okay. And
Yeah,
LZ
I love
paid for
6
that.
a.m.
Hopefully that went through.
It did. Well, if it didn't, something's
You'd think
wrong.
I was from Missouri.
You don't think I know that?
You don't, you don't think I know?
You
Well,
don't think
wait.
I know
That's my favorite shuttle. It's a suicide mission.
that? I don't think I know that. I know he sounds so gay when he says that, you know. Uh, yeah,
Well,
and
you know.
I told him I wanted him to do the armored version of Devil Flyer next.
Oh, cool.
And 6 a.m. said, we will have to get back to you on that. I have a handful of commissions on my plate, so I may not be doable. I'll reach out when I'm free again, though. So
Yeah. He's
there you
working on his
go.
own project too, man,
Get
which looks
when you
pretty cool.
can, brother. He reaches out.
Oh, yeah.
Snapper.
Yeah, kind of an astronaut with the bubble on his
Yeah,
head,
the
right?
little astronaut guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks really
Yeah.
cool. It kind of
Hmm.
reminds me of Hatch a little bit, but I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
it's gonna be different, but it kind of reminds me of that.
So
His
just a
dude mentioned
reminder,
back, as he said,
uh,
he got it.
here was Tank Ferret's first pass at what we were going to put on the back
Which is
of
noise.
a couple of the Devil Flyers, of course, the main cover and the B cover.
I love that.
And
He
so
almost
that,
did like an archangel with his wings on that one. I like that.
Me too.
yeah, oh yeah, man. And you talk about long feathers, just like,
Yeah, dude, that's
wow,
what I'm saying. It's like almost like archangel type.
Great man.
And I don't
Yeah.
know if Tank's gonna give me that or if he's lost it. He's redrawing it. So, but he did send me that picture, and I said, as you know, I wanted to make it a standee, but it kind of went off on both sides. So I went with what was on the A cover with Dillard, and I think that's a good
Yeah.
standee image
Oh yeah.
anyway.
Like a
But
good back
there
to
you
the
go, 6
comic.
a.m. sticker. I haven't been sent the file yet, but there's
Oh,
some
cool.
proof
Hold on.
there.
Let me blow this up, right?
Okay, and that's based on the
Nice.
Tank Ferret, and that'll be
That's
for the
cool.
next campaign. Yeah.
Cool, isn't it? Hey
I
man, I
like
like
it.
that.
Yeah, and he got it done in no time, you know.
That'd
So
make
What is that
that
say in
that's
the
bad.
background? Oh,
it
it just
says
says
proof.
proof. Proof.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
going to say proof
Yeah.
till he sends me the file to it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
you probably don't even know that we paid him yet, you know, but he's been paid, and that'll be on the next campaign as a stretch
Dude, 6
goal.
a.m. is
And
fucking
I
crazy, dude.
thought
Have you
about him
seen how
doing a
many
bar.
characters for CG he's drawn? He's drawn fucking everybody.
Well, now we can say that Devil Flyer is a proper campaign, and the next one will be too. Yeah,
What?
that just
Devil
happened to
Flyer's
work
always
out.
been a proper campaign.
Well, you know, it's not like I pursued him every day, but he hadn't worked with me before, and I think that's probably
What?
it. Once he works with you a little, he'll work you in, right? He,
Well, you
because
were
it's
just indie before. Now you're officially CG. So if
okay. Well, I mean,
you're
you
a
know, I
CG
tried
book, you
for
got a
a
6 a.m.
year.
sticker.
I tried for about a year to get him to do something. He was always busy. And then, you know, like two weeks after we launched, he was available.
Dude,
So
did I tell you what happened to my car?
no,
What happened?
I lost two of my fucking favorite goddamn CG stickers. My Cecil Cash Grab and one of the ones that came with Luke and Jason when Luke did those couple stickers for Jason's Absolute 2.
did it rain and they
Uh,
wash off, or well, how'd you lose them?
no, some fucking asshole tried to break in my car, man. Broke out the back window of my fucking car, and then the alarm went off and they ran away like a little bitch.
You mean the big back window, or just like a
Yeah,
side back?
no, because the side back window on my car is too far back for you to like actually open up the door that way.
What
So they
Yeah.
people?
broke the
What's
fucking
wrong
big
with
ass fucking window, the main one, dude. It's fucking $282. Luckily, I got it.
Yeah.
It's
you?
covered under
Dang.
my insurance, and
Yeah.
I got the what you call them, those Gerber guys. They're gonna
Oh,
come to
I
the
know.
house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're gonna
Tripping,
come to the
man.
house Saturday morning, sometime between 9 and 3. I'm supposed to get a call before 10 a.m. and dude's supposed to come by, fix it right here in the fucking driveway, and it turns out my insurance covers it. I don't have to pay anything.
Awesome.
Well,
But
good.
I
Still,
But
lost
still,
two of
I
my
know it's
favorite
a
food.
hassle,
I
and
think I
you
got an
got
extra.
glass all in there.
Oh,
That
dude, it's
happened to
all
me when I lived
it's
downtown.
fucking everywhere in my back
I
seat,
know,
dude.
man. It goes
Fuck.
yeah.
everywhere in those little bitty square pieces. It's
Well, I had
crazy.
like a couple of
Uh,
sweatshirts back there. I keep extra clothes, because my work is so fucking dirty and everything. Just
Sure.
in case
Yeah.
I get all fucked up, I keep, an extra pair of clothes back. All my clothes got covered in fucking little microscopic pieces of glass. Fucking everything's fucked, man.
Yeah.
I was so pissed off.
So,
bet
I
you
mean,
were.
you got to re-launder that stuff now, right?
Well, yeah, and then, well, I gotta fucking find somewhere where I can go and shake it out real good before I bring it home and put it in the laundry, because I don't want to be running
Exactly.
that glass
Yeah.
through my
Take it
fucking
to a freaking
system.
laundry mat, brother. Hell, you're
There you
dirty.
go,
Take it.
yeah, fuck it, take it.
I'm telling
Good
you.
idea.
Pass on your
Good idea.
problem to somebody else. That in the name of Jesus. Good
Amen.
advice. Good advice.
Hallelujah. Speak in tongues. Rick.
Son of a bitch. What the man?
I got
Sometimes I
something.
just don't get you, Elsie. That's wild. That it's just like, yeah, you go in, I
Hey,
mean,
I
for a
go
few
in there and clean my
quarters,
stuff. Is there a
and then
problem? That's what it's
some
for.
lady that's struggling with her two kids,
Yeah.
trying to line, and I got
Nah,
glass
dude, you
all in.
couldn't.
How'd that happen?
They got
Pass the
fucking
problem on to
dedicated.
somebody else.
They have
See?
dedicated machines in most
Ah,
laundromats now
really thought
for
that
fuck.
one through.
I was
I want
trying
to
to
thank
help you,
Right,
Elsie
brother.
for. I want to
You
right.
thank
don't want to
Elsie for.
help nobody. You just rather make them do
Bullshit.
it
They've
for
got
them.
fucking goddamn dedicated machines for work clothes in most laundromats now.
That's pretty good,
That
isn't it?
everything that goes in there, they know
Yeah.
is going to be
Yeah.
greasy and fucked up
Did
and full of
you
shit.
hear it, man? Did you hear that? 1960, it creaked when it opened. Brand new.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
better than brand new.
Judas
I
still got
promise.
a bad attitude, I'm just saying.
Hey,
He
But
kind of does.
nice
but
beard,
yeah, the I'm in there. He looks happy. The little lamb.
though.
These are like
He look
paintings,
happy.
but man, they're just like realistic. They look like Hollywood
That guy looks
portrait
happy.
shot.
I don't know about the last
And
one.
this that you know how old that's 64 years old, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No
It
shit.
looks
It had a
brand
blood
fucking
stain or
new, man.
something right down here, and I kind of, got it off. I don't. I'm like, ooh, blood or something. It looked like blood.
Wow,
Uh, but
tasty.
yeah,
Oh, mercy.
but yeah. Thanks
Scary.
for that. That was awesome.
Yes, sir.
I think that's amazing. Books like this. A lot of people would have them, but they'd have them in their library and never really crack them over and look at them that much.
They
And
wouldn't. That one, I
yeah,
promise you, when I first found it and
okay,
I barely opened it, I heard it. I heard a noise. I go, oh my gosh! I didn't closed it back, and then I inspected it by just barely opening it, man. I didn't open
uh,
it. No, I
Right.
was like that, and I was looking, and it was pristine. I said, gotta
yeah.
keep it that
That's the
way.
way I used to do those comics in the 80s.
54.
Those prestige format that you paid like whatever for
Oh yeah, dude.
expensive
Some of the you had to be real careful
looking.
opening some of them books because like they
Yeah,
wouldn't let
most
them
of
dry long enough before they shipped them or something.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
them pages would stick together, boy.
them.
Well, I told you, Shadowhawk, there was some gold metallic ink that they used, DC Comics used on like this Legion 300 book,
Hmm.
and there were a few others that month that had that on there, and it was so fresh off the presses, and probably the metallic in the ink probably took longer to dry. It was still gummy, and if you touch that, it's almost like with some metal, it turned the color to it black. So it actually
Oh
had
shit.
my thumbprint in that
Wow.
gold in black. You could see
Yeah.
still if that book still existed today. I mean, it was
Damn.
gummy, it was tacky, and it was something new. That's what kind of attracted me. I'd not seen that printed on comics before. And if something was kind of new and innovative, I tried to pick it up. Of course, I liked Legion anyway. And yeah, as soon as I touched that, I regretted it, because it turned it black. But
Yeah.
it was gummy. It was so fresh off the press. Uh, but one of my biggest regrets.
Well, back in the day, dude, in the heyday in the what was it, 90, say 90 to 95, they were running off a million fucking copies of comic books, man. So that
Mhm.
Oh,
they probably, weren't giving them the proper amount of drying time.
they were
Yeah,
gluttons,
I think I think it was 86 or 87, just like a DC Comics presents, and not even really an interesting issue. I saw the print run of that. Maybe I had the book and looked in it, or I don't know, but it stuck with me. Just a nothing issue was like 189,000
Damn, that's
on a
ridiculous.
nothing book for DC.
Well, dude, look at
I mean, it
like
wasn't even
a
that.
lot of Spider-Man issues where absolutely nothing happens. It's all just drama between Peter and Jonah and Mary Jane, and
Mhm.
probably almost nothing happens. Those things still sold couple
Okay.
100,000 copies.
you guys
They're
need to
they're
see
upping
what I got
themselves.
in
You
the
make me
mail.
laugh 101%. You make me 102. So she skips to infinity. Okay, Elsie, now,
I
Mother
got
Hupper, let's
Do it
this is what
now.
go
I
with it. What do
this
you
is
got?
got in the mail. I got this in the
You
mail
just
today.
oh, you got that in the mail today. Did you get anything in the
While
mail, Shadowhawk?
Ellie's doing that, I'm gonna catch up. Oh, hey, Katie. Hello, hello, hello. Getting late for you, dear. Oh my God.
You probably hyped up. Her children are coming back.
Elsie trying to kill me on this shit. All right, Rex, do not do anything. I gotta
No,
enlarge
I'm gonna block him. I'm gonna take him down because he
Oh man.
shows, but he doesn't tell you what it is.
It's a filthy
I-
process.
It's a portfolio, right?
Well, I thought you could see what it was, my brother. It's a
Well,
friend. It's the second.
We
It's the
we
second.
can't always read it, though.
Okay, bro. I'm sorry. This is the second Frankenstein portfolio. I already had the
oh,
first
that's
one.
right. Katie got her Lucent in the mail today.
Oh man,
Signed. There's only
damn.
2,000
And
of
what
these.
year did they come out?
78.
Oh,
78.
okay.
Okay.
Is that corner damage just on the?
Yeah, just a little wrinkle. It's the
Yeah.
prints are here. See,
But you know what?
mean,
You could press that out.
Oh yeah,
Shadowhawk.
I know.
I'm not
I,
anal.
You don't think I know?
you don't think I know that?
This one here is he starts with the I believe the last one. Let's see. I don't even know if they're numbered. There's like 6 of them. This is the filthy process.
Wild.
Look at all
Good
that
one.
ink drawing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. This is see the
That's
first
why
one. This has one
Bernie
that's
is
not.
he's the man.
They never. This one here. There's one I'll show you in a minute that never made it to the book, and they said it was only in this portfolio. But this one here is titled "She Was There, Lifeless and Inanimate, Thrown Across the Bed."
So was the Bride of
Wow.
Frankenstein in the Frankenstein book?
No,
No. Okay.
No,
I just
that's
wondered
Frank.
because you said she was
That's
lifeless.
Doctor
that was that
Frankenstein's
girl that
actual
it
bride.
killed. I think that
Okay.
chick
Remember the
there.
monster kills his bride to start with.
Well, he didn't do that in the movie, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not.
Did he kill
Yeah,
the
he did.
bride in the movie?
Yeah, he
I
killed
thought she
Doctor
made it out
Frankenstein.
alive.
This is
Maybe she might have escaped. I can't remember for
I don't
sure.
think she did. I don't think he
I
killed her. He
heard
drowned the little girl by mistake. You know.
it was
Yeah,
that.
well, yeah, he didn't mean to drown her.
Yeah, he didn't mean to get the hermit's hut burned
Oh,
down.
oh
He-
my god,
It wasn't his fault.
look at that work, dude. That's fucking beautiful.
And that's done with all line. That's not really grayscale. That's all done with those
I know.
gray areas
And
on line.
Bernie Wrightson was fucking
Line.
amazing.
Yeah.
Line.
What
Well, he was
what's
the
his face?
master of macabre, wasn't he?
Oh, definitely.
As far as like
Looks
inks
like he's a
go
master.
and being able to do all that gray tone stuff,
Look at
Gary
this.
Martin, man, he's
Oh,
the
Gary
next
Martin.
one.
Yeah, he had a reveal today. He did that Sith Lord, you know, with the horns out of his head that was red and black in the face.
Look at
Oh
that
yeah,
water.
the hell was his
Water.
name?
He got cut in
They should,
half, lost his
yeah, they
legs.
should have kept him alive, man, for a while.
Well, now they did bring him back with the mechanical legs.
In the Clone Wars, but not in the movies.
Yeah, it was animated, wasn't it?
Yep.
Or was it?
They took advantage.
Yeah, it
of
was
the
it was
darkness of
animated
the sea.
because he
And
had
he
his
had a
brother
brother
on there.
yellow and black in
Yep.
the face.
Yeah,
too.
he had yellow stripes instead of red.
Yeah, I think he killed his own brother, didn't he?
I can't remember exactly what happened with those two. I think they did get in some kind of big duel.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Dude, that's so
I
badass.
can't even tell what that is. I guess he's up in the rafters in the hayloft or something.
He's so
Yeah.
mad at his creator for creating him and then turning like he's in disgust from
Right.
him. He goes,
Right.
why'd you create me? If you're going to do that.
Look at the lighting coming through the slats there.
Oh, dude,
I mean, it's
freaking amazing. Look at that.
We don't have an orgasm.
Everything is line. It's line everywhere.
Yeah.
I think I said that a while ago. No, really great.
I'm saying it again.
But yeah, thanks for running.
You tell him, Al.
Yeah, you tell him, Elsie.
Let's see here if I can find it.
Nobody ever listens to me. I tell you what.
Only partially.
What was that, Rick?
Okay,
Only-
here's one.
Yeah, exactly.
This one. This one you won't see in the book.
Oh,
It's a
You know I love you, brother.
it's an exclusive.
oh, that's an exclusive. That's not in the book. All right, let me
Oh
really
man,
blow
hold
this.
on.
Look
Let
at
me
him
blow
dig.
this thing
That
up.
looks like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon or something. I can
Holy
even tell.
shit.
He's digging, man. Digging a hole. Digging up a coffin.
Oh, okay. So that's digging up the bodies to make the monster, right?
Look at little steps and all that grass.
Wow, that's crazy looking, dude.
Yeah, that's detail, boy. I mean,
Imagine, oh,
I mean,
either this dude drew really fast, or like everything he did took a long time.
I've
yeah.
read Shadow. They said that he took. Well, let's see. There's a little reading talking about
All right,
he
Kate.
spent years on this.
I don't know if Katie
I
can
believe
see
it.
what I did during her show, but this is one that I did during your show, Geo. Did that during Katie's Corner, and you need to check her out. She was on the last Rex X and Apex, and I did this one as well.
Oh yeah, it's
Zeitgeist? Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist. Yeah, I like him.
Another Zeitgeist, yeah.
I
Yeah,
call
I
him.
mean,
I call him Crackle.
Crackle, yeah. There you go.
Kirby crack.
Got that Kirby Crackle for sure, yeah. I like Zeitgeist too,
Yeah, he's
he's
cool,
going to
man.
be a good villain.
Oh yeah.
It'll be interesting to put all these villains in there. But what I need is some sex appeal. I need some of those sexy women, right? So we'll have some of that in there too.
I want
But
to see.
I
Dude, I want
probably
to see
won't be drawing.
maybe a Dillard or a Peter Gilmore take on Zeitgeist and have him doing some crackle blasts. Like
Right, right. Well,
oh
I gave the link and continue to give the link to Jim O'Reilly, but he hadn't come in yet. So
well, Jim is Jim. He's
Started
doing his
is he
thing.
and him, man? Yeah. I like the butt cheek chin.
I figured you would.
he
I
does
didn't
have
put a,
quite the prominent chin.
Yeah, he
yeah.
does.
I didn't put no
He's like
anus.
Kirk Douglas. Yeah, he even looks a little like Kirk Douglas.
That TV ain't heavy. Let me show you. Oh, my back.
So I'm probably going to say Ixnay not going to do the metal cards myself. That does not really.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
full cards,
Are they
rainbow
fairly
full,
costly? Are those metal cards expensive?
very expensive. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You could always
And
do
I
it
have
like
feeling.
ask them, Jason
Pog
back.
card.
All right, here we go. He's
I
trying to
was going
share.
to say you could do a Pog card.
That's cool because it's like you could almost like dark light poster colors, and they're unpunched out pogs, right?
Right.
Is that
Oh,
Apocalypse
okay.
in the middle and
Oh,
Archangel?
Now I see the little circles from where the.
Yeah,
I've
we
never
got
seen one of these,
Apocalypse
Elsie.
and Archangel, but who's the green and yellow?
It's
Did they sell them like that on the card?
that's Wolverine. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's
I don't know if
Wolverine.
they sold
Okay,
them like that, but
it's probably a
they're
promo, isn't it?
probably. It
Probably a
says
Yeah,
here
promo.
that's
Maybe the
cool.
Wizard or something.
American
Yeah, I used to get a
Premium
lot of those little
Corporation.
they'd have like 9 cards, like a
That's
page
90.
all uncut,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Pogs would not be
Spider-Man.
hard to do, Shadow. I've thought about doing Pogs. I used to collect Pogs. I've still got a lot of Pogs. I've got a bunch of X-Men and Marvel Pogs and
Yeah, these
Spider-Man
were
Pogs
X-Men.
and
I probably got these
Yeah.
from you.
generic Pogs.
We remember Jim
These-
Lee on Wildcats #1. He did those CD-sized pogs, basically, but they were
That's
I don't know
holochrome.
that I ever saw those. They were
You never
as
saw
big
those?
as a
Yeah,
CD.
I got like 2 or 3 of them. They're the size of a CD, and they're holochrome.
Wow, I've never
They
seen
had
those.
the Wildcats
Cool.
on
Yeah.
them. It was a promo for Wildcats #1.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, say what you will, Wildcats had its own cartoon at one time.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. The poster I got, fucking, there's only like 500 of those that exist. They sent those out to store owners that ordered a certain number of
Yeah.
uh
But was it
Wildcats.
flocked? Was it flocked like our 500
No, it
run of,
wasn't flat, but
yeah,
there's a million of them out there that
salamandroid?
they put out that are 11 by 17 that they folded in half and then put on
Uh-huh.
the inside of a comic. So you've got
Yeah.
staple holes in it and it's been folded. And once you
You
fold
should do.
chromium, you can't
I'm
press
Yeah.
willing to do it, but you ought to
you
have Elsie do
you
you a
can't press
salamandroid.
that. Yeah, you
No.
can't press that crease out of chromium, dude. Once you
Like
crease it, it's creased.
you'd have to melt it.
Right.
Hmm. And mine is uh 18 by 20 24, I think, something like that.
You guys
That's
give
cool.
me a headache. Anyway,
But it's
Well,
been framed since the day I got it. It's been under glass, untouched by air, or anything for the last, well, whenever Wildcats #1 came out,
yeah.
1992.
cool.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, with that, you really have to watch out for, like, if you have like you probably don't. What'd you do? Like use plexiglass or real glass?
No, real glass.
Okay.
It,
Now,
it's a,
don't you have to watch out for like moisture barrier with something like that? Like maybe mat it as well to get it away from the glass.
you want to mat it to keep it
Yeah.
slightly off the glass. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I had it done for me at Hobby Lobby. Like, dude, it cost me like $100. I got the poster for
Oh, I
free.
know it ain't cheap.
It cost
It's
me like
not cheap.
$100 for the frame,
I
and
know it. I know it.
that was like 90, 92, 90, whenever Wildcats #1 came out.
Well,
I think it
I've
was
just got raw
it might have
art
been
that people
91.
would probably say, lying about that people would say that needs to be in a frame. Who can afford that? My God,
Dude, yeah, framing is fucking
if I sold
expensive.
a few pieces, uh,
Well, the
in
other thing
fact, I
you
thought,
want too is, like, I found out I got a bunch of free frames when I was working at the uh, newspaper of old,
Mhm.
like, pictures that they had used in the newspaper that they had framed. They used to hang on the wall, and they told me
What'd you
just to,
do at the newspaper? What was your job at the newspaper? Were you a mechanic there?
yeah, I was maintenance and HVAC. I took care of the chillers,
Okay.
all that good stuff.
When you say maintenance, I think janitor.
No.
Well,
I
you
tell you,
think like a fucking goddamn Neanderthal, mister.
in
I fucking,
engineer, baby.
I take apart fucking complicated machinery and then put it back
I
together
know
and make
you
it work.
do. I'm just saying, I do think of that when you say
What do you
maintenance.
fucking think?
It's not.
I'm a mop operator. I'm a
You're a
Well,
glorified
I
mop
mean,
operator.
no. You're a
the good
engineer.
thing about a rainy day is job security. You're always mopping on a rainy day.
Engineer.
People tracking in
I,
mud.
I'll give you
Now,
such a
I've
whacker.
been on the other end of that mop, my friend. I've been, not
I,
on
dude,
janitorial
I've
side.
done it all. I was mopping the other day. I
I
was
know.
mopping up
I
a
mean, I
mess the other
started
day.
out as a bus boy. I was washing dishes to make a living.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I do it all as a maintenance man, dude. Fucking me and my buddy were fucking
Yeah.
hanging off the roof this
Well,
morning,
now, aren't you an
installing a new
engineer?
light.
Aren't you an engineer? And I don't mean woo woo on a train. I mean,
No, not officially. No, I've
you're
got
not
what you,
officially an engineer.
I've
Okay.
that's
got
what you're
30.
doing. You may
I've
not
got
have the
30,
license or the degree, but you're
I've got 33 years of experience as an operating
doing it.
engineer. I can do
Oh, I thought you
boilers,
were going to say I
chillers.
got 33-degree burns over
Let
my
me tell
body.
you, Charlie, let me tell you, you could come down here and get a job teaching that. They'd hire you to teach somebody that stuff.
Oh hell no, dude! I
I don't
wouldn't
know
be a
what
good.
it is, but you
I
don't
wouldn't be a
hear
good
us out
teacher. I
there.
don't think. I, 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 I even hate training people.
Okay,
Oh,
well then,
I
yeah, you
get it.
probably would.
That's what
I've
really
done it,
gets me.
and I try to be nice about it, but yeah, I've had a couple of issues with some hirees in the past that have just been like, dude, what the fuck, man? What were you thinking?
Well, even beyond that, Shadowhawk, you like at your former job, I guarantee you were spot on about that. I've seen it a million times where they want you to, they're giving you the shaft. They want you to train your replacement. That's crap. That's absolute junk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't show that guy. I showed him the bare minimum.
Right. I know you did. And that was the smart thing to do. Screw that. Screw them,
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't go and whine to him and say that I didn't show him anything.
Right.
But
Right.
I was like, look, dude, fucking go read the manual, and then you can come and assist me. This is a delicate operation here. I don't need fucking ham hands. Go read the
Yeah,
manual, see what we got, and then you come back out and you can help me out.
Well,
The
I,
guy
I
didn't
mean,
like to read. That's not my fault. He would go in there and go to sleep.
right.
I got
Well,
I got
yeah, there's
video of him fucking sleeping on the fucking countertop.
and that's smart. That's
Yeah,
protecting yourself.
I showed it to the fucking
I've
boss,
seen
and
it.
I'm like, literally, I got video of this dude. You know, I mean, this is the guy you want to replace me with. This is the guy you think is gonna take over my spot. Well,
boy,
blah blah blah. Obviously, you don't want to be here. I was like, yeah, because you've made it an atmosphere that I don't want to be in. So I
Yeah.
mean, I can't help that. If you can change your attitude and make it a better atmosphere, then I'm
They
willing to
want
stay.
your experience just to pay this guy cheaper. It's kind of like my
Exactly. Yeah.
job. I
They
don't
want me to teach this fucker everything I had learned the hard way over 30, 34 years.
exactly. You're right.
yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. They're trying to cut corners, and that's so you know, yeah.
Yeah. I got no time for that
Proctologist. There we go.
shit.
Right. Well,
Your exam was negative.
that was good that Dojo stayed on with us for about an hour. That was cool
Yeah. He was
Yeah, that was
having
cool.
because
fun.
he
I think
said,
he was having fun with us.
well, he has elder parents that he takes care of, and so
Yeah.
He's a
And
good
Dojo's a
dude.
good dude, man. Like I said, I've been supporting him since his first campaign. So
Hey man, the guy's willing. He's working, and that's his side. Come on, man. He's putting a
well,
lot
I
into
think he did. I think he did everyone a big service when Phil Diaz and Brandon, which we are going to have on next month, Shadowhawk.
woo.
Yeah. Let's see who's on the calendar, shall we? Uh, we have Wolfsbane Comics coming on next Monday, and we have Russ Leach coming on Thursday, and he will be doing a cover for me as soon as I get reference. So the Devil Flyer Zero will have a Russ Leach cover, or that'll be one of the covers to it, if not the cover to it. And it will actually be an homage cover. Uh, would you like to know what book so that you can go out?
Yeah, I guess you want mine right here.
Yeah, I got your homage. Hey, let's see. What? Russ Leach doesn't go. He goes under black belt or something.
Black belt of comics or
Black
something like that.
people. Is that what you said? Black people.
What? I
Okay.
said black belt of comics. Not black
Okay.
people.
It's Superman #3, and here it is. So this will be like Smolder
Oh,
holding. This is a John Byrne cover, so we'll be doing the John Byrne. Russ will be doing a John Byrne homage to this cover.
we got
That will be
dark
Devil. That will
side
be
holding up Superman.
Right, and then that will be Smolder that you meet at the end of the Devil Flyer story, holding a Devil Flyer by the wings, I guess.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
like
that,
that.
yeah. So that I,
Cool.
so that'll be Russ Leach. He will, as soon as I mail his stuff to him, he'll be paid, and then he'll owe me one more cover. We
I'll
talked
do
about him doing some interior pages, but he can't get to it till October. So we may have to raise some fundage for that if we want, some Russ, some more, see some
Fundage,
more Russ.
fundage, fundage.
I'll do you
He
cover
talked.
that.
He what now?
I said I'll do you cover that.
I don't need two covers of it. I've already commissioned him to do this. I was trying to find something for him to do, and I saw that and said that would be perfect to adapt. Now, in the meantime, I need to retool Smolder, the character. I drew my version. Vic drew his, which I really wasn't happy with, and I really probably need to do. I think I've got a new take on it, how I do Smolder. Um, but now there is the one shot of him there at the end of the story that John drew. So it
Dude, I'll
needs to
tell
be.
you what, with that tribute right there, have you thought about turning, your big stone guy, what's his fucking name?
A
Yeah, that's
Geo.
who I thought.
Geo. Have you thought about turning Geo into a bad guy? That'd be fucking awesome, dude.
I was thinking that's who that
No,
was hanging
he's
Dragonfly.
got a role to play. He's actually got a the way I'm thinking. He's got a very special thing that he does. Well, I guess I can tell you, he's kind of got an old job that Devil Flyer had at one time, which was kind of like a guardian of the temple, which was kind of uh, keeping the chaotic being in check.
Well, I mean, he could be holding a chaotic being, whatever.
Well, we could do whatever, or we could do what I've written, and thought up. I can always deviate, go some other way. I mean,
I was just saying, right? It was an idea. I didn't know you
yeah,
had
okay.
a spot for Geo already.
Right. Yeah. Well, I agree. I mean, he's could be a good, character, but now I've
He
got
could
to
be a
pick up the story where this leaves off, Shadowhawk. I just can't put Geo in there instead of Smolder.
well, like I said, if you replace Smolder with Geo, make Geo the bad guy. I mean,
Right.
he's got a very Kirby feel to him already.
Yeah.
And Darkseid's definitely got a Kirby feel to him.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he designed that fucking character, there's no other way you can draw him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I keep trying, to draw him in different ways. I mean, but yeah, he's definitely Kirby inspired. Um, I don't know if
Oh,
Elsie's seen some of these. He might like to see some of them.
yeah, I think Geo's a badass dude. I
Yeah,
thought you
he's a
were gonna
good
make
looking
him a
character.
bad guy to start with, but I mean,
That's
it's cool. If he's a good guy.
You got to have one good rock guy, right?
who was that last guy?
That was Geo.
What about the first one? I mean, that's who I'm talking about.
That was Geo. If you see the
That
little lightning
didn't look
marks
like
like
him.
over the face, that's Geo.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of drawing him in different ways.
Yeah, he's kind of experimenting on the design of them.
Right, right. Yeah,
Some of them are a little more Kirby-like than others. Like that one,
That's
pretty
cool.
Kirby-like. I like that.
I get a juggernaut on that dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He's
a
kind
little
of
bit of a
juggernaut here
juggernaut.
with the
Almost an
upshot there.
alien, a predator type look on that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he should be a bad guy, ain't it? Elsa?
That dude. Yeah, I
Well,
thought he
with
was.
some of the sinister eyes, right?
The whole face. Thought he was sinister.
Yeah.
Look at that,
Well,
man. That dude looks
Yeah, I mean, look, He never looks fucking happy. You never see him with a smile.
Well, he ain't got a mouth. How's
He
he gonna
got
smile? Huh? How's
That's
he gonna
why he's
smile?
fucking a bad guy. He can't even smile.
It's kind of like Bog. You'll never see him smile either because he ain't got a mouth. So it
He
really
can
you have
smile
to do a lot
under.
with the eyes, you know.
He might have a mouth under those vines. You don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, he might, but I don't, you know. But
See,
you know
that ain't a
the
good
that's
guy.
Kirby like
That
there.
ain't a good guy right there.
Yeah. you know the zigzag inking LZ that Kirby used to do with some of his musculature, you know.
Yeah.
That's where that came from. You know, if I put that above and below his eye, and that's how I created that character.
No good guy. I believe it.
That was my inspiration. This is the one I
Yeah.
did it.
He looks like he should be a villain, dude.
Even
Well,
if he was
he's a badass good guy.
Well, even if he turns into a good guy later, you know, maybe he turns over
Well, now
and
I'm going to do with that with Cortex, you know. And
oh
then
yeah, I
there's some
forgot
more
about
rounded look here. He looks more benevolent there, not
and
so
he's a
mean
good
there.
guy. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll totally change my concept of the character just for you guys.
No, it's fine, dude.
Hey,
It's just surprising that that's a
everybody got
design for a hero and not a villain.
For a
That's all.
hero. Well, I like to do things different, so you know.
Exactly.
You know.
You're like Ripple, man. You're moving different.
Now I did relent. Said we could do it with Cortex. Cortex here will
No, he
be
didn't.
a bad guy turned good. So because I always
What'd you
envisioned
do?
him as a good guy.
What did you do to my poor Cortex?
Well, I mean, he is just a disembodied brain in an android body. So this is Cortex.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an android
he
body.
Turn
He just don't
Cortex
have his
into looking
body
more like
attached.
a Punisher head.
Yeah, that one turned out pretty good.
He ain't no good guy.
The detail on that. He looks right.
That's a scary looking dude, man. I don't know.
Well, yeah, man. Stare
But,
that
well,
down,
I guess I mean if you're going for a thing kind of deal, you know, where
Personally,
he
if
saves
was
everybody and everybody's still scared to death of him.
I would
you know.
look at it.
Right.
I wouldn't find out.
Yeah, dude, I'd be going the other way.
I wouldn't be finding out if he's
Who
good or
the fuck
bad.
is this?
Shit.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've done a lot. I like doing him. I like,
What the fuck
trying
is
to do
this?
different riffs
He's
on it.
blocking the whole alley, stupid.
Your neighbors still got the chickens?
No, I haven't heard that chicken in a long time. I think they ate that motherfucker. he used to wake up with me in the morning. I'd be drinking my cup of coffee, and I'd go, "Ah, ah, ah," and I'd hear him wake up.
I liked how this one turned out. Now he's the villain.
He almost looks like a fly.
Yeah, he's kind of cool.
Yeah, I created him back in 2008.
Are you supposed to have someone coming over?
I was at
Rex
Avery's
has
house and they
got
got me out.
stick.
Fucking idiots stopped and blocked the alleyway. Why? How do you park? Whatever.
Here, I got his hammer in that one, Elsie.
Yeah, now
There
that
you go.
profile looks like it.
It's hammer time.
Hammer time.
And he uses a hammer, but he can form weapons out of rock, you know. Different. And then here's a zeitgeist that I did not too long ago. Bog. I got, going through these files, Shadowhawk, I could do a whole Bog sketchbook if people wanted it. Because I've done so much over the years on Bog, I could do a Bog sketchbook.
You got paintings of Bob, man.
Yeah, I've got paintings now.
Hell,
Some
man,
of them
you
aren't finished. I'd have to
Sure,
finish
Bob,
them.
much as I was
you
on
got
pieces.
you got the short story from the ash can. You got the one that's about to be printed. And you put
Wait a
that
minute, there
together
wasn't
with
any short story in the ash can.
Bob wasn't in the ash can. No, that's
Well, I mean,
okay. That's
he was in some pinups. Yeah, yeah,
right, right. No, the short story's coming. So anyway,
yeah.
you got the short story about coming in the new one,
Grave
I see
dude.
on the
tales, right?
Yeah,
back cover, put about 10 bog heads on the back cover of your work collage. Look
And I'm not
cool.
saying that I couldn't get Russ Leach to do me three, but it would cost me over double what I might what
Come
I
on,
could
man.
get
Money.
Jim
You got
O'Reilly for, or possibly someone else. So there is that to consider.
well, dude. See, here's the thing, and it's
Yeah,
good for some people, and it's hard for others. As CG continues to grow, as this indie movement continues to grow, and people start to find favorite artists and like really good artists, like we've got quite a few really good artists.
right.
Um, but all those guys are going to become more and more expensive. As the years go by, you're not going to be able to pick up original artwork for 60, $70 anymore.
Right.
You're not going to be able to hire them for $100 a page. It's going to be 250, $300 a page.
Yeah. Yeah. hmm And
so
he's
good
working,
get people
on.
for you. Like Dojo's talking about. He's got several people that work together as a group, accomplish whatever.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's how most comic books are made.
There's a different look
Mo-
for Bob.
most people aren't a one man show.
Looks like a bird, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He often does look
Fly.
owl-like, in some
I'm
of my
saying
stuff that
if he was in the trees, they'd think he was an owl or something. He could
Mothman.
be. He could breathe into the blank face.
That boy got a hole in his head.
that's Harbinger.
Hey, look, it's Biden.
Hey,
The Heat, the original Heat.
Yeah, his carrot nose.
he looks like an owl.
All right, dude. Hey, let me run
I
this
like
by
it.
you. I heard
Okay.
I heard this today listening to a stream. Guy won a fucking
right.
piece of artwork from Shane Davis the other night on a live stream. Shane
Yep.
and Ethan were streaming, and
Uh-huh.
Shane he did a fucking wacky sketch of this guy that's a huge Rippaverse supporter,
Uh-huh.
and he kind of turned him into like a human rat.
Okay.
Anyway, this guy won that piece of art. He thinks, and I don't know if this is legal or not, but I heard him talking about it when I listened to his replay today.
hmm
That when he gets that piece of artwork, that he can take it and fucking put it on T-shirts and shit and market it.
I wouldn't send it to him. Well, unless I wanted
Well,
to
now
support
he
it
has
there.
to get permission for that.
Well,
But if he
yeah, but I
don't,
mean, just because you want a piece of art at an auction, that doesn't make it your
Yeah,
IP to do with
exactly.
what you
I agree
will.
with that.
I got
I have to
stuff.
run
I
because I
mean,
got to clock in like 9 minutes,
oh
and it
shit.
takes
Right,
me
All right,
about 7 or to
peace
9
out,
minutes
brother.
to get there.
all right, LG. I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
All right, you gotta take it easy, bud.
Keep
Hey,
collecting.
Take it easy.
See ya.
hello.